speaking, we want to show Nigerians that we are not scared of them. And let me tell Nigerians, after this demonstration, Ghanaians, we are coming. And it is not as if Igbo must go. We want to tell Nigerians, Nigerians must go. Nigerians, you are cowards. Go back and fix your country. Go back and fix your country. I am next president and I remain as next president of the whole world. Nigerians, be very careful. What you are seeing now, at first you said we didn't come out. And now we are out. And the next time, Nigerians, go out from Ghana. Or else, Oloso must stop. Oloso must stop. Kidnapping must stop. You are evil-minded people. You are evil. You are. Go and fix Anambra. Go and fix your country. We are not weak and to tell you people that you should choose old man as president. Choose old man as president. Old man as president. Go and choose the president who can fix your country. You are silly people. Yes.
And 150 shops belonging to foreign nationals engaged in retail trading at Abosokai have been closed by leadership of the Abosokai Spare Parts Dealers Association. The closures are in a bid to enforce the Ghana Investment Promotion Center Act 2013, Act 865, specifically Section 27(1). Although a majority complied, it was a clear case of altercations from one shop to the other when shops of the others were being closed. George Queening was in and around the market area and reports.
Chinedu Victor, a Nigerian, would not budge. He claims the shop belongs to his wife, who is a Ghanaian. This exercise is purely a form of intimidation, he emphasized.
According to leadership of the association, 90% of the foreigners are complying, but there were some few altercations like this one, but they were able to surmount it.
Everybody's complying. We've had about 2 or 3 issues, difficulties for them to close our shops, but now they've closed the shops, so we are not having any problems now. We've asked them to bring their documents to our executive office so we can do our checks with the registrar's office and the internal revenues to make sure the Ghanaians are not fronting for them.
It's nothing like stubborn. This is what they call intimidation, and I will never accept intimidation in this country. There is nothing like stubborn. The shop belongs to my wife. What they are doing is illegal work, because if you want to do legal work, you go to Register General, check all the shop, and you know who owns the shop. Even before you intervene, you know who owns the shop. You don't barge into people's privacy and start to.
But I'm aware that you are giving notice to close your shop.
Of what? To close the Nigerian shop. But this is Nigerian. No, this is not Nigerian shop. Do you expect me to close Ghanaian shop because they say Nigerians should close their shop?
Why are you trying to be stubborn? I'm not stubborn. Listen to me. I said close it.
It was a heated exchange of words from one shop to the other in the association's bid to enforce GIPC Act 865, specifically Section 27 Clause 1, which limits petty trading to citizens. In the case of foreigners, they are allowed to engage in wholesale. Leadership of the association was supported by some personnel from the national security. Key points of contention include unfair competition, lack of enforcement, and protection of local enterprises.
There's actually this debate that the Nigerian retailers do better in the retail space than their Ghanaian counterparts. And Ghanaian can be selling this for 100 cedis, and the Nigerian will actually sell this same thing for 20 Ghana cedis. And the Director of Communications, Techi Ado, breaks this down and explains why things are like this.
Nigerians and Ghanaians will go to the same market, will buy the same thing. But mind you, from Nigeria, from overseas to Nigeria at the port, the percentage is 15%. Then they will use cargo through Togo, through Benin to Togo to Ghana. They spend 3%. It makes 18%. But when you go to the port, our port, the percentage is 55%. Interest rate in Nigeria, less than 20%. Ghana is 30 to 40%. Cote d'Ivoire is 7.5%. So clearly, these people, we cannot compete with them.
These Nigerians, they make market are very simple for us. Ghanaians, they bought it, they put a higher price. So what the issue now they are doing, it's not that we need to see them, to talk to them. What the Nigerians, they are not doing bad thing. You Ghana man, you buy 10 cedi, you put 10 cedi top. Nigerian man, you get 1 cedi, you have shares for what?
This exercise, the association emphasizes, is not against foreign investment, but rather to ensure compliance with Ghana's laws regulating trade and commerce. George Queening, TV3 News, Abosokai, Accra.
Well, so let's go to Zoom now and engage the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana International Promotion Center, GIPC, Mr. Simon Maji. Good evening, sir, and thank you for joining us on TV3.
Good evening to you and to our viewers, and thanks for having me.
this seems to have become an annual challenge, and many will lay the blame at the doorstep of the GIPC, where they say that enforcement of the law is your responsibility, and so they believe that you could be doing much better. What exactly is the challenge GIPC is facing, for which reason we seem to be having this annual ritual?
Thank you. I think that first and foremost, I would like to appeal to our brothers and sisters in Guta that we have to be mindful of taking the law into our own hands, and that government is really committed to resolving this issue. The focus of His Excellency the President is to build a commercial society in which those who work in various sectors and aspects of our community really benefit from their work, and to protect their interests as well. But we are just urging calm, and that government is really on top of this issue and working with everyone. There's the retail committee, which has been enforced. The Minister of Trade, working in conjunction with others, is really preparing to kickstart some of the processes in order for us to bring some peace and calm to the markets, and to ensure that areas reserved for Ghanaians are indeed reserved for Ghanaians. So that's what I can say for now.
Right, but you seem to have sidestepped the question of whether or not the law is actually supposed to be enforced by your outfit. That actually is supposed to be done by GIPC, no? Because seeing the Spare Part Association dealers' leadership and the manner in which they are enforcing this law raises concerns and questions, doesn't it?
Well, the manner in which the law is being enforced by citizens raises questions, because the enforcement of the law is not entirely in the hands of citizens. I think that's what I'm trying to draw all of us attention to, because there are processes and procedures involved in enforcement of this session. And enforcement is also not entirely that of GIPC. There are several agencies that are involved. There is immigration involved. There is the Office of Register of Companies involved. And so that's how come there's a task force at the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry to deal with this matter. I had the opportunity of meeting with the executives of Guta on Friday, and I even went into the market to verify some of the things that they have said. What I can say is that we need to find a common ground. People are trading, and the law says that these are some of the areas reserved for citizens of Ghana. Determination of who is a citizen or not is entirely that by Ghana Immigration Service and the laws of this country. And so we must all tread cautiously, so as not to create fear and panic and on issues like this, issues that we can easily dodge and find a common solution to. And so I would rather urge calm at this time. We've been to the market. We want to understand what's happening so that we can take the right actions to protect the interests of everybody across and everybody working in this country.
Right, Mr. Maji, are you concerned about the kind of international image this may be creating? I have seen you campaign and make presentations vigorously as recently as the trip to Japan, where you and the president sold Ghana, asking people to come in. With these kinds of issues happening domestically, are you concerned about the kind of image it is creating for the country?
Well, in my meeting with Guta, I did raise with them that we've conducted this exercise the same way over a very long period of time, and we seem not to be getting the right results. The Honorable Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry is indeed very committed to finding solutions to this. And she's been working day and night for us to look for new and creative ways to solve this problem without always emerging on this confrontational plate where it appears that we are at loggerheads with others that are trading in our market spaces. But I think that fundamentally and globally, everybody accepts that there are certain areas or businesses or sectors that are reserved for citizens of every country. Ours include, selling in the marketplaces, whether it's a service in the marketplace or selling in stores or hawking, or any of those ones are exclusively reserved for Ghanaians. So it's just a position of the law. Right. The point now is, how do we enforce this without creating the kind of tensions that we are witnessing lately? And how do we engage with all of the players, including Guta stakeholders, the district assemblies especially, because they manage these marketplaces, so that we are able to really lay bare what ought to be and what not ought to be for us to move forward as a country. So this is where we are.
Well, it's obvious that quite a number of Ghanaians are in support of what is really going on. And it now brings my imaginations to how they have been coexisting with this for a very long time, because for a very long time, the Ghanaians and the Nigerians have been coexisting. I mean, living together, doing this trade without having these issues. Then all of a sudden, this is now coming up. So I think that the government should find a very lasting solutions to this and to ensure that this does not escalate. Yes, I am beginning to understand the government act. I mean the laws of Ghanaians that every foreigners are restricted to do a retail, but they can actually do a supply. Well, I'm surprised at this. But I think that this can only be done in some foreign land, not Africa. I never expected that this would be done in Africa. Africa, of course, we're supposed to unite, we're supposed to come together and to have a common goal. I mean, to fight a common goal and not fighting ourselves. Nigerian and Ghanaians have been, they have been in a very good time relationship. So this shouldn't be happening now. A lot of Nigerians living in Ghanaians are married to Ghanaian ladies, while some Ghanaians men too are married to Nigerian women. Well, if you look at the very first video that was castigating Nigeria, that man that was saying that Nigeria is this, Nigerian is that, and all of that. Well, talking about that, there's no place where crime does not happen. There is no any country where crime does not happen. As a matter of fact, I don't start putting up videos, to show where Ghanaian have even extorted Nigerians. They've been coming into Nigeria, stealing from Nigerians and all of that. And, we don't get to start pushing or start painting anybody anything. So, in essence, the government should look into this and find a very, very lasting solutions to it so that the countries can continue to live in peace and coexist as they have always been before now. So this is to call on the attention of the president of Nigeria and the Ghanaian president, the federal government, to look into it. We have quite many Nigerians that are living in Ghana, so much so we have Ghanaians that are living in Nigerians, going about their trade, doing their businesses. As a matter of fact, if you come to Nigeria, you won't even recognize who is a Ghanaian or who is a Nigerian without, a proper identification. So this is how much we so look alike and we have been living together. So I think that the Nigerian government and the Ghanaian government should look into it. My major concern is just to ensure that this does not escalate more than this.